Profitability versus productivity. Hi, I'm Lucy Griffiths, and I want you to really rethink the way that you spend your time in business, because so often we are taking our to-do lists and we're ticking off our to-do lists, and we get that huge dopamine rush of ta-da! I've ticked off my to-do list. But is it really making an impact in your business? Is it driving revenue forward? Is it going to change the way that you do business so that you are really thinking bigger, doing differently, earning more money? Because that is the key thing that we want to be really focused on and targeted against. So it's not just how productive you are, because we might be operating in a kind of silo, and if you're managing a team, it might be each team member is operating in a silo of productivity, but they're not driving profit. So look at all the core objectives of the business. What is the biggest thing that you want to achieve in the next 90 days? And then focus on this. How are you going to deliver that? So if it is, for example, you want to do a new webinar and a new course, how are you going to deliver that and make it happen? And the most important way to make it happen is to say, right, I am going to spend the first 90 minutes of my day focused on this core task. And so all the other stuff stops. It doesn't matter if you are not necessarily doing things like the SEO or the blogging in the same way, because while that's important, it's not necessarily going to really change your profitability within that 90-day period. Yes, it matters, but it's kind of important but not critical. And so look through your to-do list and recognize what is important, what is critical, and what is going to really change the game. And when you start measuring your success according to, actually not ticking off a to-do list, not because it makes you feel better, but because this is a big stretch goal that I have, that I created in my 90 days, and I'm going to deliver it. But how I am going to deliver it is by blocking out, time blocking. I've got 3 days in order to make this happen. And so one of the best ways that I've found to do this is I really love to have a weekend away. So this is not just like a weekend away where I'm like sat in a coffee shop drinking tea and whatever. I am focused. So I'll go somewhere where I'll go by myself. I'll sit on a sun lounger, so I'm enjoying myself, I'm creative, but I'm really focused on working. And so I have my core project I want to deliver, and because I've got, let's say I've got 4 days away, I will make it happen within those 4 days, because I know I don't have another window. And so I'll focus, get it done in those 4 days. And by doing that, so it's a really controlled environment, I can really make huge leaps that if I was at home trying to do the same project, I'd be putting the washing on, I'd be distracted with stuff, and I wouldn't make it happen. So you've got to create that urgency and those situations and that environment where you are going to get that goal done. So have a stretch goal within your 90 days. I've got a 90-day planning video just to watch. I'll share a link. But really think, where are those goals? What is that opportunity? And how am I going to make it happen? And so for me, I will take my first 90 minutes of my day and, I will have my to-do list, but I'll really think, right, what is the biggest goal for the week? And I'll focus on that. And I will try and get it done within that 90-minute window. So within my working day, I have about 4 hours, basically because I will get up, I'll meditate, I'll do my LinkedIn, I take my son to school, I go for a run. By the time I'm back and I've done a bit of, sorting the house, I have 4 hours. So my 4 hours are really precious. And I then have school pickup. So within that window, I have to get my core task done. So what is the biggest goal that I'm going to focus on? So it's the thing that is going to make the massive difference. And so within my week, I will know, okay, 2 days of my week, I am working with clients, doing coaching, my membership, and 2 days of the week, I have time for me. So they're blocked out time for me to deliver a goal. So when I have a day with it, which is like, right, this is my day to get this done, I am all in. I'm all focused to get it done, because I know that as a single parent, as a mother of someone who's autistic, who I don't have that much time. So I can't afford to meander and go and do the nice things. I have to do the core objectives. So create that urgency, create those windows where it's like, this is a non-negotiable. It is going to happen within this window. And so when you have that urgency, then it means you're more likely to get it done, rather than feeling like, oh, I'm going to be busy all day doing these things, ticking them off. I remember when I was still a journalist and I'd be working with my colleagues on, I ran this, it was kind of a TV feature. And I'd be working with a couple of other women who, they were parents. And so they had to leave at 5 o'clock to do nursery pickup. And I didn't have children, and I could be there till 6 or 6:30. And basically I'd be like, oh, I'll just make this a bit better. I'll be on Google, I'll do, So I would just stretch out time with an extra hour and a half of just titivating, rather than getting it done. Whereas they were like, gotta get it done. And the thing is that I learned that who was more productive? They were. And so it's the same way now. You've got to squeeze your time, squeeze that momentum, and so that you have that focus. James Clear always says that he is more productive when his girlfriend creates an activity at sort of 5 p.m. So he has to get it done within that time frame. And so for me, having school pickup at 3:20 p.m. means I have to leave the house at 3 o'clock. I have to get it done. And so having that urgency means I get it done, because there's no window of like, oh, we'll let this slide, we'll let this slip. So you've got to create that urgency in order to be more productive, but also more profitable. So having those two things in tandem, where you're saying, right, what is going to be most profitable, and then how can I be most productive? If you are just saying, oh, I'll be productive and doing my to-do list, well, it's not creating money for the business. It just makes you feel better because you're ticking off the to-do list, but you need to be driving revenue too. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, I would love you to subscribe. Please click on the link below to subscribe. And if you want an easy system so that you can launch, make it easy and profitable, then check out my Easy Launch system, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, bye, bye.